What's going on? It's the brother Jay, and I'm back again with another thought of the day, man. And my thought of the day, is called Real Talk, you know. And before I get into that conversation, some people was putting in my comments like, hey, how come every time I see you, you have your fucking hat on, or your fucking beanie and shit, or your scully and shit, and wait, you embarrassed of your hair? This is my hair, okay? 57. My hairline is decent. I don't need Rogaine. I see many, with a hairline way to the back. So you see, for 57, and as you can see, probably, I don't know if this camera is like, clear or not, but you don't hardly see no gray hair. You know what I'm saying? I age gracefully, thanks to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, so again, let me get back to the point where I was going to talk about real talk. Now, real talk is like this. It's funny to me, what women be saying to men that, I'm a girl. But at the same token, you're an independent woman at the same time. So, you need to pick your lane on how you want to choose your arguments. Meaning like this. I saw a lady, that was on an interview, and she went out on a date with a guy and ordered all kinds of fucking way out shit. So the dude simply just said, hey, I only ordered this little tiny little piece of shit right here, but you ordered all this other things over here. Yeah, we need to split the bill. And she was like, what? How dare you? You're supposed to pay for that. Why? Because you're the man. See, people are losing perspective on this whole thing right here, bro. The perspective is like this. If I chose to commit to you and chose to date you, then I'm committed to, do the duties that I volunteered for. You know what I'm saying? But to date you, to get to know you, I'm not obligated for nothing. I don't know what fucking fantasy person ever told any other lady out here, like, oh yeah, well, because you're the man, you're supposed to pay for this. Man, can you imagine in reverse psychology that a man will walk up to a woman and say, well, shit, I need sex tonight. You're the woman, you're supposed to put out. Can you imagine what a woman would say to that fucking dynamic right there? So in my mind, how dare you telling me that, your parents are supposed to take care of you? I'm not your parent. That's not my job to take care of you. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying? If I volunteer to do that, then that's what I chose to do. But you trying to tell me that's my fucking duty? That I'm supposed to sit up here, and anytime that you want to get something, or anytime we go out for a meal, I'm supposed to pay for that? Then your duty is to put out. That's your duty. You're a nurturer. Nurture me. If my job is to pay for you to have a meal and stuff like that, your job is to nurture me after you ate. Now, see, watch this. There's going to be a lot of fucking feminists and a lot of fucking, weirdo motherfuckers and stuff like that, and kiss ass motherfuckers and simp niggas and saying, that's not what it was about and stuff like that. Well, let me ask you this question then. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a balance. If my job is to pay, what is your job? No, for real. I'm not shitting you. I'm not talking shit. I'm not, bringing up ugly hypotheticals. I'm asking, if my job is to pay for every meal that we go out on, what is your job? What, to just sit there and look cute? What kind of balance is that? I mean, if you're benefiting from me paying for this meal that you sit here, and you should see this meal or see many meals that ladies order, when they know that they ain't paying for it, bro, they be ordering like, big old giant, like 5, 6 entrees and stuff like that, 2 meals, 4 and 5 drinks and shit. You like, and you gotta think in your head like, okay, what do I get? See, that's the imbalance. And see, that's where, a lot of feminists are going to start losing a lot of these social arguments, is because if you're saying my duty is to do this right here, but you're not specifically saying what your duty is. So if you're not claiming a duty, then this is not my duty then. We're going to play the same balance role. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying, this is my job, and I'm saying to you, okay, well, shit, if you put me to the fire, put my feet to the fire, then, okay, this is your job. No, it ain't. Well, then, no, it ain't for me neither. That's a balance. It makes sense. But see, motherfuckers want to have, this, egotistical way of how they want to view things. Like, I want the best from you. But like, look at it like the economic point of view, which is that a woman views it like, my money is my money, but your money is our money. So that's an imbalance. But when a dude say some shit like, well, hey, if I'm paying for this fucking like $300 meal and stuff like that, are you putting out? Am I getting some coochie? If I'm not, then why should I pay for that? See, that's a balance, but people don't want to see that because they trying to look at like courting aspects. You know what I'm saying? They trying to look at like a traditional aspect, but that modern woman ain't traditional. You know what I'm saying? You can't treat a person traditional when they themselves are not traditional. That's like, you know what I'm saying? If you know that this bitch is a hood bitch, you need to treat her like a hood bitch. Because if you don't, you're going to pay for that shit because you underestimated. You know what I'm saying? You treating her like wifey, and she's saying all the time, all day long, I'm a hood bitch, nigga. So only thing I want to say in closing is like this. I'm saying you got to have a balance. And for those that don't have a balance, then you're going to be met with some ugly repercussions. Because this world is meant for, the avenue that I should treat you decently and you should treat me decently. You know what I'm saying? I always view it from my own opinion before I close this is this. This is the only one life I got. And there's no way I'm going to spend my one life worrying about everything that you want. But I don't get no reciprocity and stuff like that. Nothing reciprocated back in return and shit like that as far as equal value. Oh, no. No. There's no way. There's no way that's going to happen in my lifetime. Cuz now maybe if I die and come back, then that might happen. But at least in this lifetime, that's not going to happen, bruh. That's not going to happen. So either way, hopefully you understand what I said. You can choose to agree or disagree. That's okay. Either way, I'm out of here. Deuces.